which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. The prayer this morning will be offered by the good delegate representing Montgomery County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, let us pray. As our work grows each day, I'll be more brief when I pray. Less talking means more time to hear. And may the good Lord see fit to help us a bit to avoid a special session this year. Amen.
Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? The clerk will take the call. There being 115 members present, the House is now in session. Petitions, memorials, and other papers. We are going to pause our session right now to recognize the awardees of the 2025 Speaker Society. This is our 30th anniversary. We will begin with the Thomas Kennedy Award. This award is presented to a former member of the House of Delegates for personal courage and dedication to the principles of liberty and freedom. This year's Thomas Kennedy Award goes to a longtime public servant who began his career as a constituent services aide to the Prince George's County Council in 1988. At 27 years old, he won his first election to the Maryland House of Delegates. And when he was appointed chair of the Economic Matters Committee in 2003, he became the first African American from Prince George's County to chair a House standing committee. In his 19 years as chair, he was not always the most popular man in the room, but no one could ever question his integrity or work ethic. Let's not forget that he introduced the first statewide minimum wage bill because he wanted to help working families afford to put food on their table. And he introduced the state's first renewable energy bill because he recognized its economic and environmental benefits. Today, as our state treasurer, he is one of our chief financial watchdogs, making sure that our tax dollars are being invested and spent wisely. Whether he's standing up for minority business contracting or reforming the 529 program or dealing with financial ratings agencies, we can always count on him to stand on principle and defend our constituents. So, for all these reasons and countless more, I am pleased to present this year's Thomas Kennedy Award to former delegate and Maryland State Treasurer Derek E. Davis.
You know, Madam Speaker said that when my time here, I wasn't always the most popular member of, I thank God for CT because now my popularity has gone up. You know, people call me and tell me how much they miss me. And look at them, just. You know, I wasn't going to do this. 2 weeks ago, I showed up in ECM. Where is it? Yeah. No, you remember 2 weeks ago, I try to stay out of ECM, you know, to not be in the way. But I went there. It was Omega Psi Phi, my fraternity. It was our advocacy day in Annapolis. And so I went into ECM to show them around a little bit. And CT spotted me and started taking shots at me, just random shots, and people were laughing. Now, the jokes weren't funny, but he's the chairman, so they had to laugh. And then I started laughing because I knew about this award 2 weeks ago, and he had 23 members of you all in his committee, but I was going to have 141 of you to you know. But no, in all seriousness, first of all, thank you all very much. I'm going to be brief, but I wanted to say, before I get started, I wanted to thank my wife, Monique, who is here with me today. I need to thank my children, Derek Jr. and Nyla. Derek's at work and Nyla's at college right now, but they've had to sacrifice a lot over the past 30 years in order for me to do this, and I thank them very, very much. They say that we should give people their flowers while they're alive, and if that's true, then I want to thank the citizens of Prince George's County and each and every one of you for giving me a rose garden. Every time I wanted, yeah, I like you clap. Yeah. And every time I wanted to do a little bit or reach just a little bit higher, you were always there. Every time I wanted to lead or I've asked you to trust me, you were always there. And whether you heartily agree with me on the issue or vociferously oppose me, you were always there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you for always being there. I'm just going to close by reminding you of what an awesome responsibility that you have as being a member of the House of Delegates. Each and every day you wake up, you represent 132,000 people, and they account on each and every one of you to make their lives just a little bit better. So have great debates. When there are issues before, it's all right to get after it a little bit, to question the floor leaders and the committee chairs, if Madam Speaker says it's all right. It's all right to challenge them, make them be the very best that they can be, because when they do that, when we bring the very best product to the floor, that means the citizens are getting the very best, and they deserve that. So thank you for all that you do, and good luck. Take care.
Derek. Hold on a second. Let me put this down. Just a minute. You have to prepare the position. Our final award is the Casper R. Taylor Jr. Founders Award. This is presented to a sitting member of the House of Delegates for a steadfast commitment to public service and the integrity of the House of Delegates. This delegate has been a steadfast champion of thoughtful environmental policies and solutions. Throughout his legislative career, he has led efforts to phase out our reliance on fossil fuels, electrify the state's vehicle fleet and school buses, upgrade EV infrastructure, and improve grid reliability. He has been a model subcommittee chair, both on the Environment and Transportation Committee and on the Economic Matters Committee, as he always prioritizes his colleagues' bills over his own. As a former police officer, small business owner, and son of an Accordion immigrant, he brings a truly unique perspective to the House of Delegates that we've all come to trust and rely on. I can always count on him to get the job done without fanfare or without asking for recognition. But today, we proudly recognize him, so I am pleased to present Delegate David Frazier Hidalgo with this year's Casper R. Taylor Founders Award. Come on down.
I am not easily surprised. I am often suspicious. So, yeah, so I'm kind of without words. Thank you very much. I've been down here for 12 years. I love doing what I do. Is it stressful for all of us? Yes. Has the past couple of days been stressful? Yes. Do I love this body? Yes. Do I love all of you? Yes. And I have to say that without all of your support and everything that everybody does down here, like Derek Davis just gave an amazing speech about making the world a better place down here with what we do. And so I really have to thank my two wonderful kids, because without the sacrifices they make, without me being at home for 90 days, I wouldn't be able to do what I love to do. And just, I wanted to say thank you to my wife, Lisa, who I hope and pray is looking down right now, and she's very proud of all of us. So thank you all. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you again. This was quite the surprise.
That ends the work at the desk. Don't get all excited now, okay? Committee announcements, appropriations,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The full committee will not meet today, but please listen for subcommittee announcements.
judiciary,
Thank you, Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House. The House Judiciary Committee will not be meeting today.
environment and transportation,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The House Environment and Transportation Committee will not be meeting today.
ways and means, ways and means,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The House Ways and Means Committee will meet for bill hearings at 1 p.m.
economic matters,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To accommodate the Speaker Society luncheon, the House Economic Matters Committee will be meeting for bill hearings at 2:15. 2:15.
health and government operations,
Good morning, Madam Speaker. The Health and Government Operations Committee will meet at 2:15 this afternoon for bill hearings. Thank you.
are there any subcommittee announcements? Yes.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, the Health and Social Services Subcommittee on Appropriations will be meeting at 3 p.m. in the Prince George's County Delegation Room for votes. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Transportation and Environment Committee of Appropriations will meet at 3 p.m. today for voting.
Yes. Go ahead.
The Public Safety and Administration Subcommittee of Appropriations will meet at 4 p.m. in the Baltimore City Delegation Room.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Education and Economic Development Subcommittee will meet at 4 p.m. in the appropriation room for our voting.
Hold on one second. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Capital Budget Subcommittee of Appropriations will meet at 5 p.m. for a vote in the House Appropriations Committee room. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. A correction due to the Speaker Society today. The Ways and Means Committee will meet at 2:15 p.m. That's 2:15 p.m. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Any delegation announcements? Okay. Any caucus announcements? Yes.
Good morning again, colleagues. And Madam Speaker, thank you. Colleagues, please keep an eye on your emails for a possible caucus meeting at some point. Thank you. In the Prince George's County Delegation Room. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. An announcement on behalf of the Jewish Caucus and the Women's Caucus. We are proud to invite you all to our first collaboration to celebrate trailblazing women Jewish legislators tomorrow after session for a joint luncheon in room 218. Thank you.
Are there any other caucus announcements?
Madam Speaker.
Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jeez.
we have 20 days left. The Seersucker Caucus will be convening on Sinai Day. Seersucker Caucus on Sinai Day. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I was wondering when you were going to bring that up. Any other caucus announcements? Okay. Women's History Moment. Good delegate representing Prince George's County.
All right, Madam Speaker, thank you. So today, colleagues, I want to talk about, won't be long, the Maryland's women's suffrage movement and the legal community, and really focus on two women that were instrumental in changing the trajectory for all women in Maryland. First woman, Etta Maddox, was a vocalist, lawyer, and suffrage involved in the suffrage movement. She became the first woman in Maryland licensed to practice law in 1902. She fought for the rights of women to take the bar exam and practice law in the state of Maryland. Maddox was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and she was an independent mind and began traveling across the country. During this time, she was involved in many of the local suffrage movements, and her colleagues encouraged her to apply to law school. She was determined to attend Baltimore Law, and what she did, which is now the University of Maryland School of Law. She had been participating in the suffrage movement long before she became an attorney, and she was involved in the Maryland Suffrage Association in 1894. She was engaged in a variety of roles, including chairwoman of the legislative work and corresponding secretary. And Maddox was known for attending almost every suffrage case hearing right here in the General Assembly. In the sessions starting in 1908 over a period of years. This the study of individual judges on the bench honor her legal skills and her strategic approach. Maddox was known for writing the first suffrage bill submitted to the Maryland legislature on February 23rd, 1910. She led the hearing in support of suffrage for her state, along with other prominent suffrage women in the movement. Leaders and speakers were bolstered by her presence, with over 400 women at the hearing. The second woman I want to talk about was the first black woman to be admitted to the bar, or to be the first black woman lawyer, Juanita Mitchell. Juanita Jackson Mitchell was born in Arkansas, promoted human and civil rights throughout her life, and she received her early education in Baltimore City Public Schools. Later, she attended the University of Pennsylvania, when her gender prevented her from enrolling at Johns Hopkins University. She graduated cum laude from the University of Pennsylvania with a Bachelor of Science degree in education. When the University of Maryland was finally required to open its law school to black people in the 1940s, she was among the first to attend. She graduated with a law degree in 1950. She was both the first black woman to attend the law school and the first black woman to practice law in Maryland. Mitchell taught in Baltimore high schools, and she was assistant to Walter White with the National Youth Director and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, committed to teaching and inspiring Maryland youth. Mitchell founded the Baltimore City, I don't want to mess this up for my folks in Baltimore, Young People Forum in 1931. In 1942, she directed a march on Maryland's capital with 2,000 citizens, as well as the first citywide register and vote campaign. The campaign resulted in over 11,000 new voters registered. And in 1958, she directed the NAACP's register to vote campaign, which resulted in over 20,000 new registrants. During this Women's History Month, I wanted to highlight those two women during a time when Ms. Maddox was part of the suffrage movement and part of going to law school. Many black women were not allowed to do that. So 40 years later, you have the first black woman to be admitted to the bar and to be a lawyer. So we know that when women come together collectively, we change not only the state of Maryland, but the world. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Is there any other personal or guest announcements? I don't know who got up first. Yes, I'll go left, right, left. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, colleagues. I would like to ask the body to join me in welcoming two special guests with me here this morning. The first one I would describe as one of the main reasons why I'm able to serve with all of you lovely colleagues here. As you all know, we need a balanced life in order to represent here, and I guess you could label him the man of the house, but he knows I am the woman of the house. So with that said, I'd like you to join me in welcoming my husband, Abraham, to the chamber, Abraham Lobo. And my second special guest, I think there's a very few of you here who have had the luck, the honor, including you, Speaker Jones, who have served with him. It's been a while since he's been back to this chamber. But for those of you who don't know, he made history here in Maryland as the first Filipino-American elected to the legislature and the mainland United States. So with that said, he had a belated birthday last February 1st. I'd like you guys to join me in welcoming and celebrating his 92nd birthday. And I'm going to introduce him as my good friend and colleague from Prince George's County did hers, my daddy, David Valderrama, former judge and former delegate.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today we get to recognize the 2024 National Blue Ribbon School winners. We have leadership from the school system, Dr. Carrie Wright, our state superintendent, Dr. Miriam Rogers, the superintendent of Baltimore County Public Schools, Kelly Brannaman from the Archdiocese of Washington, superintendent, and Greg Farno from the Archdiocese of Baltimore, the Chancellor of Education. And I'm not sure if they've made it over from the Senate, but we have principals from each 2024 National Blue Ribbon School either with us or joining us. We have the following schools: Montgomery County, Bells Mill Elementary School. From the Archdiocese of Washington, Bishop McNamara High School. From Baltimore County Public Schools, Chapel Hill Elementary School. That's smart, the speaker's from Baltimore County. From the Archdiocese of Baltimore, Immaculate Conception School. From the Archdiocese of Baltimore, Our Lady of Perpetual Help School. From the Archdiocese of Baltimore, St. John the Evangelist School, excuse me, I'm Jewish. From the Archdiocese of Baltimore, St. Joseph School, Cockeysville. From the Archdiocese of Baltimore, St. Mary Elementary School. From Montgomery County Public Schools, Woodfield Elementary School. And from Howard County Public Schools, Worthington Elementary School. I hope you'll join me in congratulating our Blue Ribbon schools. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
All right. Chair Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, as some of you may be aware, in 2016, I started something up here called Foster Youth Legislative Shadow Day in Annapolis. Unfortunately, due to the COVID, we've delayed that several years, but I'm very proud to announce that we finally got our children back. And if you see behind me facing the speaker, if you could give my an applause for these young men and women that have shown up today. We have 17 from our foster care system. They're going to be shadowing you today, so if everybody could give them applause, I'd appreciate it. And I would ask, unfortunately, we had way more people, thank you, sign up than we had children this year. We will do better next year. So thank you to everybody who signed up. And to accommodate the Speaker Society Luncheon, we've pushed back the original time when you pick up your shadow. We need you to pick them up by 12:50, please, in room 140. And please, if you could, don't send a staff or an aide. If you could come down and pick them up personally. It's located on the first floor at HOD. Please be on time, 12:50. Please come pick your shadow. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know who got. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, if you can join me in welcoming, today is the Prince George's County Public Schools Advocacy Day, and we have a number of young students from Prince George's County visiting us in the gallery. We're also joined by several members of the administration for the Prince George's County Public Schools, including our superintendent, Superintendent House, and I think they're in the front gallery here in front of us if they could stand. And just join us in welcoming these bright kids here to Annapolis.
I don't know which one's what. Yes, go ahead. Then you. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegates' names?
Permission granted.
On behalf of delegates Schindler, Stinnett, Ross, Warman, and myself, you all are cordially invited to the freshman party this Thursday night at 9 p.m. At Metropolitan Kitchen and Lounge. We'll have a great DJ, we'll have great food, and hopefully a fun time. So thank you, and you please join us.
Okay. All righty. Yes, you got a little visitor? Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I just wanted to introduce you all to my guest on the floor today, my youngest son, Malcolm P. Ruff II. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I want you to join us welcoming 6 students from Howard County Chinese School and 2 parents. One is the principal of Howard County Chinese School. They are visiting Annapolis today. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use a delegate's name.
Permission granted.
Thank you. On behalf of myself and Delegate Boyce, please join us in welcoming Community Mediation Maryland. It is their Legislator Education Day, so prepare to be educated. Volunteers and staff from across Maryland will be coming to talk to you about their free mediation services. I welcome them. Thank you.
Yes.
Madam Speaker. Colleagues, this is your final notification. You have heard and met some of our former colleagues who are here in the House today. I do invite you finally today at 12 o'clock in room 170, 180 for the Speaker Society reception. If you have not already paid, please bring your checkbook or you may Zelle. We would prefer not to have cash. The cost is $45. So if you would like to join us, we do humbly invite you today. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I want to stand and recognize yesterday, you may have saw NASA astronauts returned after nearly a 10-month orbitable odyssey. Their names are Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore. Finally made it home after a 17-hour trip aboard a SpaceX capsule. I want to welcome them back and speedy recovery as they re-engage back on Earth. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Any other personal or guest announcements? Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
Thank you. Colleagues, please help me welcome Annapolis High School students here in the rear gallery. The Change Engineering Signature Program, there they are.
Yeah, okay.
The Change Engineering Signature Program at Annapolis High School brings together students, educators, community, and business leaders to enhance classroom instruction to be workforce relevant and challenging for students. One of our ambassadors from the program is actually a page this week here in the General Assembly. So welcome to our students from Delegate Baylor and myself. And also a second announcement, we did have in the gallery who just left a great advocate from our district, a previous judge of the Orphans Court, and Bowie High School teacher, David Duba, so I also want to recognize him. Thank you so much.
Are there any other personal or guest announcements? Seeing none. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? The clerk will take the call. There being 129 members present, the House is still in session, recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stands recessed until Thursday, March 20th at 10 o'clock a.m. Legislative date, March 9th.